Welcome back to Those Other Guys. Today we are joined by the Jeff Robinson. And Clark, of course, is here.
Of course, unfortunately. Came straight from the gym today. Just hit legs.
I was just at home. I was going to wake up and go train, and then I decided to sleep in.
Oh, yeah? This guy texted me. He goes, do you think we can do it a little earlier? I was like, Dom, it's Saturday. I'm training before. No, noon is early enough.
And then I slept in.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God we did it at noon.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I got up this morning, had a photo shoot. So
Whereabouts?
at my gym.
Nice.
Yeah, no, just one of my members is, it was one of those things where it was like, hey, you want me to take your picture next time you work out? Because to me, that's the style of pictures that you see on social media. Like, we could bring the lights out and we could glam you up a little bit. It's just not worth it. So kind of just jumped in, did a quick little photo shoot. Now we're here.
That's dope. It probably helps your gym out too, huh? Getting like that kind of exposure.
So obviously, John works for me, and the amount of exposure he's been getting lately is just doesn't make sense.
World.
Yeah. So it helps in a sense because I think the influx of younger individuals coming into my gym are simply because he's there and they're seeing his content locally. But yeah, no. Not always does it work. So like at our West Bloomfield location, we've got a couple influencers that are sponsored by Gymshark. Does nothing for the gym when they're tagged or posted, just because
Brittany trains there. Yeah.
So like once they reach a certain level, if the engagement isn't been local, there's really no benefit to the local gym. The brand itself, I'm sure if I reached out to her and we did some cross promoting things like that, might make sense, but. No, it doesn't really help the membership side.
Yeah, she's a Gymshark, 500,000 follower Gymshark athlete. Trains at West Bloomfield.
That's crazy.
She trains like super early.
Is she the one that I saw doing takes before her set?
No.
That was funny.
The tripod epidemic inside gyms, though, that's something that needs to die.
Bro, I saw one today. They didn't even hit a warm-up set before that tripod was out. The first set, tripod out, cell phone in it. I was astonished. And honestly, if that's like the level of dedication you have to content and not working out, you deserve all the followers in the world and by my standard, because but you would deserve those entertainment followers.
Yeah,
the people that are just going to scroll by and be like, oh, that's dope, double tap, nothing else in your life matters. They just look at what you did. All right, cool.
Yeah, the crazy thing is I've seen people actually set the tripod up for them to then do like their pre-workout ritual. So like they set the tripod up and then they go to the bench that they're working on, and then it's like, okay, I'll check my phone, I'll put my wrist straps on, and they're videotaping this whole thing because it's good B-roll. But so I've seen that, and then most recently I saw a guy, and this drove me nuts. He was doing low rows, hammer strength low rows. He set the tripod up right here, 1 rep. Moved the tripod, 1 rep. Move the tripod, 1 rep.
He was getting every angle? Or
he was
trying to see the best?
No, I think he was trying to get every angle.
Pan.
Oh, yeah.
Like somebody's moving.
So
that's nuts.
So you have this generation of people that think like, oh, it's going to happen to me. Like, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Like, it's happening to John right now because John has a very unique structure, and it's just kind of, he's a good-looking guy, obviously. That helps too.
He's a stud.
And he's aligned himself with some brands that are pushing him as well, which it throws you right into the algorithm. And then from there, it's just kind of following the guideline that Instagram tells you for Reels. Because a lot of people don't actually play the game. So if you're a content creator on Instagram and you're trying to use the algorithm to your advantage, you have to follow creators. Every week, they update you on how to play the algorithm. So it's just listening to what they tell you and playing their playbook.
Yeah.
And none of the fitness industry, for the most part, does it, and it's hilarious. So, like, bring it back to John, we did a run of T-shirts because I told him, like, hey, listen, you want to raise money for yourself, you have to have a tangible item. Don't just post a GoFundMe and say, hey, give me money.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'll sell you a T-shirt. Everybody buys T-shirts. Okay, cool. So we did that. We ran a little...
that Road to Pro thing.
The Road to Pro thing that we did with him. Sold like 50 shirts. Generated, a little bit of money for doing the competition side of things. So like there's a right way to do things, which would be creating merchandise, selling it, and generating money that way. And there's the wrong thing where it's, hey, check my link in bio for either my GoFundMe or my OnlyFans. Like, because that's the other thing you're seeing. well, I put my more sexy content on my OnlyFans. It's not adult content though. And it's like, but hey, whatever you got to do to pay your bills nowadays.
And people look
This is going to be a great episode.
Yeah, people look at the internet for that because, like you said, they don't think that they're going to have to work.
No.
And that's part of like what you see for sure with online coaches. They think it's going to be an easy job.
Yeah.
Because some of them think that they're just going to be able to just give you and you the same diet, and then they start losing clients because their clients never look any different, and then they actually have to put work in it, and they're like, motherfuck. Like, you're one of the hardest workers I know, and people think that you have an easy job because it's online. It's fucking insane. You know, that online hustle is still a hustle. You still have to have a drive.
Yeah.
You can't just post 3 times a day at the right times and hit the right hashtags and think like that's going to pay the bills.
Nope. But if you get to the point where that is a thing, 100% does pay the bills, because what we're seeing nowadays in the industry is it's cheaper to reach out to, you know, Joe Blow, who's got 100,000 followers, and say, hey, I'll give you $2,000 a month to post twice a day, and we'll send you the you know, the kind of the guidelines of what we're looking for. Because realistically, if I was a supplement company, okay, I'm going to go for one of the big guys. Well, say, you know, just say Rough Diesel. He's going to want a sizable contract.
Yeah.
Nothing, you know, nothing wrong. Not that he doesn't deserve it, but you might be able to grab somebody for $1,200 or just a coupon code, and they could generate 20 or 30 grand in sales every month. So like what these companies are seeing now is they're going after these guys with 80 or 100 or 200,000 followers. But the thing is if you don't take it seriously, because like I should know how much my coupon code generates, because that's basically the leverage I bring to the table. So if I generate 20 grand for whatever company, I can now approach another company and say, hey, listen, over the last X number of months, I generated 100 grand in sales. Here's proof of it. So if you'd like me to start working with you, I can bring my following over, and then from there, this is what I want. I don't want a commission. This is the sales that I'm going to bring you, and this is what you should pay me. We can do a 6-month contract or whatever it is, but from there, those guys, the ones that are actually paying attention to their numbers and treating it like a job, those are the ones that are making real money.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people even think of that. Think of
Probably
like
not a lot.
leveraging their following in that way.
It's simple. Like the number of views my reels get. That's something that I can generate. I can have your products. Okay, so last month I generated 10 million views. That's a metric that I should be paying for. Or I generated 100,000 likes last month, or whatever the
Clicks
situation
on the
is, or
link.
how many
Yeah.
views my stories get. Those are all things that the people that want to be influencers,
Oh, they don't pay attention.
they don't
to
pay
that
attention
shit.
to it, because that would make sense for them to pay attention to it. They just want to say, oh, look at how popular, oh, it was shared 20 times. Like, that's great. But at the end of the day, if you're not quantifying your metrics, you can't present the value that you bring when you're doing this or when you're trying to become an influencer. So it's just funny to me to see people put all the effort in when realistically there's like maybe 5% more effort. You could grow something with it.
And that 5% is going to take you to where you actually want to
100%.
be. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Having these like tangible negotiating things like would definitely set people up in a better way for sure, because they just don't realize like all that data that they're giving out and collecting from views and likes and all that stuff. That's what businesses really need or want. They don't give a fuck how many views like you get without that real interaction. You know, if somebody scrolls past your shit and it counts as a view, that's one thing. But if you got 10,000 views and 5,000 clicks, that's 50%, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. And that's, like you said, those are numbers that you can actually see and approach somebody with.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's not hard to reach out to a marketing guy at one of these brands. You want a sponsorship? Go on LinkedIn, find out who runs their marketing. He might not be the one in social media, but chances are he'll put you in touch with them if you bring them the right presentation. You put a proposal together that says, hey, I'm so-and-so, I have 100,000 followers, I average 10 million views a month, I do this, I do this, I do this. My engagement's this. That company is going to offer you a contract and not just a coupon code. Because you can go and be a Redcon ambassador by just applying on their website. And then you can try to build that business or that coupon code up to where it's going to pay you money, which actually recently I've been getting served ads from a local NPC competitor who's running ads for his coupon code for Get Raw, which is the weirdest thing on the planet to me. You're spending money
for like 10%
for
Not
10% or maybe 5% on the sale
Redcon's
of
like
something.
4%.
Yeah.
You have to like get up to a certain tier to get like a higher percent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I've seen people run ads
Right.
to
their
try to
code.
generate their coupon code revenue up. It just literally is ass backwards. It makes 0 sense whatsoever. So it's funny to see how people in this industry blindly try to navigate things when in reality it's just really simple, and you just have to be consistent and know what you're doing.
That's the problem. Not many people know what they're doing.
or they try to copy what another person is doing. Like like with John, like you'll see people in that area circle, like community close to him, that are just trying to do what he does, thinking it's going to result in the same thing.
Yep. And you could literally hit the same pose and use the same song and post it the same day with the same hashtags, and guess what? You aren't built like he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
People gravitate towards him.
Yeah, people gravitate towards that kind of stuff, you know? Like when I have reels, like from clips from this, like I have ones that are like really insightful and they fucking explode, and then I have some that I'm just like, nobody's watching today.
You know, it's funny. I was gonna make like a little clip and post it and be like the reels that Dom makes himself, and it's the one with the 2 tangibles, and then reels he makes me. Yeah, you can feel it from your asshole to your brain.
That's us.
I know. It works perfectly. It's fucking hilarious. Yours have like music, and they're so insightful and actually
Bitch, you
profound.
can add music.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying nothing's wrong. Mine just, that's not who I am, though.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
it's so funny, though.
That's why we're yin and yang.
100%.
Yeah, no, the funny thing is too, like I was saying, if you go on Instagram, the account's creators with an S, they have on their highlights, they update what songs they're going to be pushing via Reels. So you use those songs, and then the algorithm picks them up because that's what
It's
Instagram's
crazy.
pushing.
I didn't even
songs-
know this is real.
Yeah, dude, you put the right song on a reel, and it like pushes it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm serious. If you go on their page, it literally that has the 10 songs that they're pushing for the week, and you just select from one of
That's
those,
hilarious.
and then you go from there, and it will literally boost your content's appearance in the algorithm by like 50%.
50% is crazy big, too.
Yeah, I
That's
mean it'll
nuts.
double your views basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then sometimes you get picked up by the algorithm, and then obviously whatever happens from there happens. But it's just funny, and I gave you shit a little while back when people post things nowadays, you don't just tag somebody. You gotta be a collaborator.
Yeah, and I have
Right.
been now.
Oh, have you been doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had when I was in Vegas for the Cutler Hunter Labrada guest post. So I did that with him. Holy shit! For like a month and a half, my phone was dancing from that video. Every day, every 5 minutes, I would get a like or a comment on it.
Because it's also on his page.
Because it's also on his
Yeah.
page, and he's got like 500,000 followers that are, engaging to his content. So it was just, it's interesting to see how social media is kind of, I don't want to say transforming, but is transforming lately. So you have now Instagram's allowing you to subscribe to people, and you can be a supporter of an Instagram account.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because they're trying to, what they were noticing is that OnlyFans, which in reality was started for the music industry, but when porn takes anything over, they take it over for real. That like they're trying to tap into the OnlyFans market because you have a lot of personal trainers that have OnlyFans, and they make it very well known that it's like workout content.
Right.
like a Patreon, even.
And that's same concept. The
concept.
Patreon side of things too. But they're trying to pull from that because that's what people are being forced to do.
I knew Patreon because of all the games I used to play.
Yeah.
Because that's a really big gaming thing. Like if there's a streamer you really like they always had a Patreon where like, maybe a podcast, they do a gaming podcast. Like you get first dibs on the video before it goes up because you're a subscriber. You'll see it a week early before everybody else.
Gotcha.
Or like they'll send you shit that like they make for free. Well, not for free, but you're paying the sub. But you know what I mean. So that's what Instagram's trying to do now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So for the first, I think 6 months, they're not taking anything, and then after that, I think it's 10%.
Instagram's taking their cut.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah, they have to.
But I mean, they're just going to work that into the algorithm and probably just like push that page.
If you're not pushing subs, you're not getting pushed.
That's crazy.
Well, see, that's what they're trying to do is okay. So you see all these people talk about being shadow banned, like these bigger pages being shadow banned. No. You don't pay for advertising, so we don't push your content.
Yeah.
And this is Instagram's way of like kind of circumventing that whole thing where you're not going to spend the money, so we're just going to take money that you generate.
Now, do you think the people that push their promo code on like ads think that about themselves? No. You don't think that they're like if I buy this ad, I'll get pushed harder?
I mean, it's possible, but the problem with the algorithm at the end of the day is it has to be something that people want to look at.
Right.
That's why if you ever notice like all the Photoshop bodybuilding content that's coming out lately, it does well on the algorithm because you're looking at a quarter-inch by quarter-inch version of it. So I can't see that it's Photoshop because I can't see any squiggly lines or anything like that. But so then I click on it, like it, because the first thing you do when you look at a picture is you're going to double tap it.
Right.
So immediately the algorithm gets picked up because you're photoshopping it, which is that's a whole nother conversation, another topic.
Crazy.
Which is why you see certain photographers photoshopping their photos to make people look more muscular because, well, if you look that good when I shoot you, you're going to want to shoot me again, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, look how I make you look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camera adds 10 pounds, right?
Right.
No, Photoshop adds 10 pounds.
Right. 10 pounds of muscle.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
You see those carrying machines be wavy in the
Yeah,
background?
yeah.
But hey, they got 20-inch arms in that picture. They didn't have them on stage, but they did in the picture.
Stage does not matter anymore.
No.
Does not matter anymore. You can go into
Dude,
any gym and realize
like
that.
Goob is catching people photoshopping their stage pictures.
Yeah, which is crazy. You can just go on NPC and find them.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
He just puts them side by
Yeah.
side.
It hurts my soul when I see that shit.
I bet.
Like, you dieted. You look incredible. Like, why do you got to look like a superhero? You already look damn near like a superhero. You're on stage with striated whatevers. And I got to add an extra inch to my delts. You're a figure competitor. Like, what are you doing? Or
It's
the
literally
bikini chicks that do this.
A mental illness.
It is, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And not like one, that's going to stop anybody from doing anything, but it's literally a depressive or anxiety or insecurity mental illness that you think that you have to do that to post. And then normally it's about self-love, and it's like that's so ass backwards. You know what I mean? That like if you really sit down and think about somebody that has to put a filter over a self-love post, it's like it's sad.
After face tuning.
Yes, it's fucking sad. And then you can see the fucking thing in the corner. It tells you what filter they're using.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's-
now it tells you.
oh,
Yeah.
that's the part
like on
that-
reels and stuff.
Yeah.
It tells you like what the cover is.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing that when I was younger, like probably like 5, 6, 7 years ago, whatever it was, I used to think that it was a mental illness when chicks would like airbrush their faces for photos, like with the filters and whatnot, and then the squiggly line or the red line started coming on. It was just like, oh, look at how many fucked up people we have.
I remember realizing like this shit didn't matter as much as Instagram now. Like the stage and fitness didn't matter as much as Instagram when shreds was a thing.
Oh, God.
Because Devin Physique was nothing on stage. Peggy Hathaway was nothing on stage. Joey Swole never stepped on stage. Looks insane, but who knows if he could ever make it to stage, right? But they were like the influencers at first. They were doing shout outs on their stories and all that shit. And then the one thing with Bradley Martin outing shreds and Devin Physique, that's what spiraled that out of control. And then
Yes, the Adobe gains.
And then look at Bradley Martin. He's never stepped on stage. He's one of the most famous people in the fitness industry.
Yep.
Podcasting, his gym. He's stronger than all fuck. His lifts are crazy. But he literally made a lane on just doing that and just doing crazy lifts.
Yeah, his first video was for the NFL Combine. I don't know if you.
Oh no shit.
So he he jumped out of a pool.
Oh, that's him. That
was
does
him. That was him.
Wow.
That was the original like viral video of some big muscular guy jumping out of a pool. That was Bradley Martin.
And that was like 3 feet deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive as fuck.
Yeah.
He's so strong. It's insane. I remember, I think one of the first videos I saw him, he was on a hoverboard deadlifting like 500 pounds, which is hilarious. If you ask me, it's crazy dangerous, but like good for you, dude. That's insane.
I mean, he does dangerous shit.
Yeah.
Well, at least he does it in a property that he owns, in a gym that he
Yeah.
owns. Like, it's not like you're going to someone else's business and risking their liability and whatnot. Because, like, I've had, you know, a few instances where I had to have conversations with people like, yeah, you know, I really appreciate that, you know, you're trying to shoot content in my gym, but, like, don't do dumb shit in my gym for likes. Like, that's not okay. Like, we can't do that.
It's a gym, not a jungle gym.
Yeah.
I used to have to tell kids that when I was, because I used to run the Dearborn Powerhouse once upon a time before it shut down. And then reopened.
For Mike?
Yeah, Big Mike.
Yeah.
And Al, motherfucker. Yeah, but anyway, I remember there were dudes that would pick the decline bench press up to the point where it looked like it was about to flip backwards, like they were hanging almost 90. Or
So they could do it a press
yes,
like this?
Yes, with dumbbells. And I remember one time the shit rocked back, and I'm like, all right, we're done with that, because they put 4 or 5 25s under the bottom. I'm like,
make it,
yes,
like, upside down?
yes. The homie, his name was Ice Cream, and he called it the Demon Drop. I'll never forget it for as long as I live.
It's like
the
a
Demon
fair
Drop.
ride, a carnival
Bro,
ride.
The real quick funny story: I saw him and the homie Usama meet each other. And they were about to introduce themselves to each other, and I remember just being like, "This is gonna be awesome." And he's like, "Yeah, what's your name, bro?" And he's like, "Ice Cream. Everybody call me Cream, though." He's like, "All right, what's up?" He's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "My name's Osama." He's like, "Word." That was one of my favorite fucking things I've ever seen at the gym, dude. And they're homies to the end, but yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah, being a gym owner sounds like a great idea for the commercial side of things. The last 2 years have proven to. I mean, I still like obviously owning the gym, but going through COVID.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
So if you want, I have a YouTube channel somewhere. If you YouTube Jeff Robinson Photography, there's a YouTube channel I started during quarantine of me losing my fucking mind in the gym. So I was literally just.
Oh yeah, when you would like go vacuum and
Yeah,
like
I was literally
reorganize
just.
shit.
I would record myself vacuum. I'd do a time lapse of me vacuuming, or sitting there like, yeah, I don't think this shit's gonna end in 2 weeks.
Right. Oh my god, that's
Hey, we're
How
on.
many times you rearranged like equipment?
I have to watch that.
Absolutely lost my mind. I rearranged the gym like 6 times because they would change what the expectations were for a restaurant.
Yeah.
And well, okay, if I'm gonna have the opportunity to open, I've gotta at least think my
Yeah.
guidelines are gonna be somewhat similar. So I was like, all right, you need 6 feet distance. So all the machines were 6 feet apart. The shit I had doubles of, I pulled so that I could make sure everything was 6 feet. Even had the treadmill space 6 feet apart. And then, oh, lo and behold, we just got to turn the fucking fans on. Like, oh, COVID goes away when there's air moving. Like, really crazy. Where is COVID most prevalent? In places that there's no air moving. Where's that? Churches. Where's that? Schools. Where, hey, we could just turn the fucking fan on and COVID drops by like 80%. That's literally what
Man.
they figured out. So if
Yeah.
you go into places now, you'll notice that.
There's fans everywhere.
Fans
there
are always-
exhaust fans
Yep.
up in the ceilings now at a lot of places.
Yep. As long as air's moving, you're in a situation where you're probably not going to catch it.
Man,
Yeah.
It's so
you have like an
crazy.
older demographic that comes to the gym a good bit.
Yeah. So Milford. So when I opened Milford back in 2016, I had daycare, thinking, I was going to treat it like your standard gym, daycare in there. So after 8 months, we killed daycare because I had one kid that I was paying someone $1,800 a month to sit and watch one child, which was stupid. So I ran a report. Average age is like 47. It's like, oh, now they got teenagers at home. They don't need daycare. And for the couple people that end up having kids, they just make it work. But yeah, no, average member age is about 47, 48.
Because I remember you said something when you first opened up. You were like always wearing a mask at shows and stuff because you were like, I'm not trying to get the old people
Yeah.
that come to the gym sick.
Well, that combination of that, and then obviously not taking it back to the office
Yeah.
because Will and Crystal.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I was mindful of,
Yeah.
or if I knew I was going to be near like a grandparent or something,
Yeah.
obviously, because at the end of the day, did I want to do it? No, but I would
No,
have
but
felt.
I think you did it kind of the way we all kind of did it, just mindful about the situation.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the Western, I at the Western, I was definitely N95'd up. Like, what the?
A cloud went by.
Yeah.
What about when the train went by? That was awesome. That was fucking nuts. 3 feet away from the stage and the trains. That was nuts.
The funniest part, though, and this will obviously derail what we're talking about, but the amount of people that complained, how the fuck are you going to put it under a tent? You know, we didn't have to fucking put it on.
Right.
We could have canceled it, and then your 16-week prep was wasted. Oh, or you have to go to a different state. Sorry. So the number of people that bitch and complain in Michigan versus, like, when I go out of state for NPC shows, I just want to say thank you so much for coming here. You know, we really appreciate it. When I was in Wyoming, they basically kissed my ass, which it made me uncomfortable because I don't think I'm anybody special. But, like, they announced me, like, we have the honor and privilege of having Jeff Robinson as our photographer here today. And I got a round of applause. Why the fuck did I get a round of applause? And then every single person in between shows walked up to me to shake my hand to say thank you. Oh man, we absolutely love what you guys are doing here. This is great. The quality of everything's beautiful. In Michigan is double the quality because we're trying to build out there, where here we have an established situation. Same with Vegas. Yeah. Vegas, I was expecting to be the opposite. I was expecting them to be a little more rough than Michigan. But in Vegas, saw what you did at the Arnold. Can't wait to see my stage photo. Literally, same thing. Had people walking up to me, being super nice and genuine. And then you have in Michigan where somebody will break their award because they got second instead of first. Or throw a temper tantrum in the backstage and yell at the trophy girls or be a complete asshole because they didn't get what they think they deserved.
And then chalk it up to politics.
Oh, it's politics.
When nobody knows who the fuck they are.
Everybody watching this right now. The day before a show, all the judges get together and we go to Applebee's and we figure out who's going to win.
Why Applebee's?
Half off apps after 9.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
You go for the $3 margaritas. Yeah. Get hammered.
Half the time the names aren't like a lot of people do stage names, so we don't even know that you're the person that's showing up. But yeah, we totally we met with all the coaches in the area, and Dom had the most money today, so all his guys are winning. No, you didn't know how to pose.
It's pretty wild.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. How
I have an Instagram too. I follow these motherfuckers.
Like when obviously I've had people complain about that, and I literally am like, do you know how stupid you sound?
Right.
Like, what do you mean politics? Like, no, you posed really bad. Like, that's why you lost.
There were 3 other people on stage with you. Like, that's it.
No, it's politics, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, judges' pockets are greased, the whole 9. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because that's there's such an industry in Michigan for pushing people to nationals. Like, what are we doing here? Like, stop embarrassing yourself. Stop taking pictures from your aunt's cell phone that she took from the crowd that have you in the pose and the person transitioning. How did I lose? I don't know. You didn't give us enough evidence to fucking come up to a conclusion. So yeah. But yeah, you run through after every show. It's like, oh, hate. Oh, the judges don't like me. The judges don't even, like, Lucian doesn't even have Instagram. He doesn't have Facebook.
I know.
He's the head judge.
He doesn't know who's who.
He doesn't know any of these fucking people.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, politics, 100%.
For sure.
We'll bring in a judge from out of the state. Yep, he totally politics. That's exactly politics. You must have been able to know that this individual. Get in touch with him and grease. It's like, go home. Work harder, come back, try again.
Why do you have people that tag the NPC and complain about shit?
Oh yeah.
Bro, so if I take your picture while you're hitting, say you're doing your routine, chances are I'm going to get some awkward transitions because I don't know when you're going to do a twisting back double or if you're going to switch into something different. I had somebody send my photos to the national office saying this is the quality of work that you guys allow in the state of Michigan, and it was all transition pictures. And I was like, oh, well, I took 70, so of the 6 that you've sent me, here's the other 64 of them that look great. But there's this, like, some people just don't, which that's fine. If you don't like me, I don't really fucking care. At the end of the day, I've not wronged anybody, but I hear about all the time how I did this or I did this. I keep receipts for everything. When you get a new phone, what do you do with your old phone?
I get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's in a drawer. It's got all my text messages. I don't know that I'm not going to need to bring something back up from 2015.
Oh, I never delete a message.
Yeah.
I have messages
all my phones.
years.
I've got all my text messages.
Yep.
I've got things that are said to me by people that I have a feeling I'll need to be able to prove eventually. So it's just little things like that where it's like, oh, really? That happened? When? I said what? Oh, I did. That's what I said. Here's a screenshot. Oh, you can fake screenshots. Well, here, look at the device.
Right.
It's not fake. Look at the phone number. It's real. It's all of it's real.
Oh man.
But no, it's an interesting industry to be a part of. I just wish people would stop blaming other people for their own mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's the issue that a lot of the competitors.
Yeah, it's always the coach's fault, the judge's fault.
Well, they spread the blame, but take all the credit on a win.
100%.
That
Yeah.
person is fucked.
Oh.
They never thank anybody that helped them. They don't tag a coach. They don't tag a coach that helped the coach. They don't tag nobody. And then they want to take all that credit, but then they'll spread that fucking blame if it goes wrong. That type of person is spineless.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and they're everywhere. I don't know if it's the weather here, like that, like 8 months are cold or what. But
I
like,
don't know. I don't think it's just here. Obviously, I've coached friends that live in other states,
And you
are
hear
really
about-
close,
yeah.
and it's the same shit, dude. In other states, it's just we see it because we're really
we're here.
involved
We're
in it here.
we're immersed.
You know, I would just love to see someone be like, "Hey, I had a great experience. Can't wait to do it again sometime." Because everybody I get to compete, because I get people to compete, I push them to coaches. I try to push people to you. I think I've sent a few people to Jeremy. But it's just one of those things where, like, all of my members that I've gotten to compete, man, I can't wait to do it again. That was such a fun time. You know, I really appreciate your guidance and everything. And it's just like, hey, talk to this guy, or, hooking them up with photos and whatnot. So, but the funny thing is that the people that do it to accomplish the pro card, which is fine. Like, I get the goal. Like, it makes sense.
Trained by JP.
Yeah, dude.
He
I'm
loves
a
him
JP
some JP,
fanboy.
which is crazy because you don't train like him at all. But you've started to.
I started to go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more fun.
It is, especially when you don't have like a necessarily like a goal to
Yeah.
compete. You can train like that again.
Yeah, I need to start training again. I tell you. So I was moving equipment in my gym because I bought all that stuff that
Those
I ended
hammer
up bringing
strength
in.
stuff.
Fucking partial rotator tear.
Moving it?
Yeah. I my leg press. I was putting the leg press on a dolly, so I had it lifted, and I was using the seat to kind of drive up. Well, the seat wasn't latched, so the seat moved, and all the weight just smashed down, and I literally can't press 10 pounds up over my head. It's quite difficult to deal with right now.
Those little fucking muscles, dude.
Those are the ones that'll get you, dude.
Yeah. Those little ass intricate muscles that are hard to even train.
No, I'm trying to bounce back from a appendix surgery back in April last year.
Oh, really?
Not having the ability to brace your core for 3 months
Yeah.
makes life hell.
Yeah, people with hernia surgeries tell me the same thing.
Oh, it's terrible. Because then at the same time too, okay, your core, which I mean, most people walk around with their core tightened.
Yeah.
So for 3 months, I was literally like dad bodding it to where I was even pushing out, so that way it was relaxed. And now it's like causing back problems because core stability, the whole thing. But no, the interesting thing is like I used to work out and be in great shape, like competitively, and then I opened a gym, and then I stopped.
Which is what you would think would be the opposite.
It's just one of those things where, like, you notice, oh, okay, well, I've got to go pick that up, or I got to go put that away, or I got to go vacuum, or I've got to go, because I'm the type of gym owner that my gym, you could sit Indian style somewhere and have a meal. Like,
Yeah.
Seriously,
it's
your gym
clean,
is fucking spotless.
and that's, it's been, if I'm being honest with you, that's how I compete with someone. Like, my biggest competition isn't Planet Fitness. It's Powerhouse West Bloomfield and Powerhouse Novi. So if I can't have a pool and a basketball court, I'm going to be the cleanest fucking joint in town.
Hell yeah.
And that's what people appreciate.
You definitely benefit too with the older demographic in that aspect, for sure.
Yeah, no, they're very geared towards personal training. They enjoy my trainers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's huge too. That is ginormous for business.
What,
having good trainers?
Oh, hell yeah. You can't just let anybody represent, right?
Yeah, no, the thing with training nowadays is you have trainers like obviously you used to train, I'm assuming. You have trainers that are the super technical education side of things. And then you have people that are just looking for someone to stand next to them and talk to them while they work out. At the end of the day,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's what you want.
You're going to get both.
Yeah.
You have your specialized person for specialized people, and you have your basic for your normal people.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, some people like both. They want to be gossipy at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I've seen personal training kind of turn into, like, a social therapist.
It is.
Oh, my God.
Because, like, when I was a personal trainer, it was just word vomit the entire time from people. Like, oh, you're cheating on your husband. Like, that's great.
Thanks for telling me.
Yes.
Or you're cheating on your wife, or, you know, whatever. It's like, oh, we're going through a divorce, or, oh, you know, like little things, they just spill, like, you're not gonna judge me, I'm paying you.
That is almost what it's
Which
like.
is what it is. I mean, you know, why am I going to ruin a situation because I'm charging you $60 an hour for the session?
Right.
I'm not going to look at you and be like, sir, I don't give a shit.
Right.
Just 10 more.
Right.
No, you're going to play or you're going to know, because, like, most of my trainers come Christmas time or their birthday, I'll walk in and there's presents for them.
They get gifts and
They
shit.
get, I mean, and it's not like, oh, here's a $5 Starbucks card. No, like, here's a $100 Visa, or like real gifts.
Like a legit, thoughtful gift.
It's obviously a testament to how good they are with their clients, but at the same time, you know, it doesn't hurt that, what was I saying? Fuck.
About not wanting to get rid of somebody because you're charging them $60 for a session.
Oh yeah, so you're not gonna be like, no, I don't want to fucking hear this. No, you're gonna play along and you're gonna be their friend, and when they text you, you're gonna respond, and that's that. Because that's the other thing with this industry is a lot of
tornado siren.
It's the first Saturday of the month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the Midwest. Yep.
So the one thing that I see with trainers that they make a mistake, like the independent trainers, is you don't charge for the time that we're not together. You should. I'm not saying you, but like if I'm someone who, say, I rent train out of a gym and I'm paying $500 a month, and whatever I eat I kill what I eat. If I'm letting you text me, that's a service. If I'm answering a question when we're not together, that's a service. You're going to pay for that. So if you are a personal trainer and you can explain to somebody why you're $60 an hour, it's like, well, unfortunately, you're gonna reach out to me when we're not together, and that's going to take time away from something else that I'm doing, and that's a service that you're paying for. It's kind of roped into everything.
Yeah.
And so when you can justify that dollar amount to somebody, they'll pay it in a second.
Yeah. I mean, when I sell coaching, it's on there. Like, WhatsApp communication is part of what you're paying for.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is a lot of personal trainers don't take into consideration that little thing.
So then they charge like really low session
$35 an hour.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's a great rate if you don't have to pay rent, or if that's going right to your pocket. But at the end of the day, you could easily add $25 to that and still get it, because you just have to explain the value that they're paying for, which you get. Your coaching, all you have to do is say, okay, yeah, this is what I cost, but this is the results that my people get.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're going to be like, well, results aren't typical. No, this shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare that I don't get this. And that's the thing too, is like, when you have the ability to communicate correctly, which that's the biggest issue for most people nowadays, is they don't know how to fucking communicate. You can't put your thought on paper and express it to somebody correctly, and it's hurting you financially, or if it's hurting your friendships or relationships and things like that. So I don't know. It's interesting when you can teach a trainer or a coach or whomever how to value themselves, because like studying, the education, your bachelor's degree, all the shit that you spent, master's degree, whatever the hell else you have, that costs money.
Yeah.
And you're paying for it.
And time.
So it's like, yeah, I spent 5 years doing this. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I have this. My resume is X, Y, and Z.
You're not paying me for the 30 minutes I'm helping you with. You're paying me for the 15 years I spent doing this.
Yes.
Like, I charge a certain dollar amount when I take pictures.
Yeah.
And it's something that I don't really negotiate. I will not charge you, or I will charge you full price. Those are my rates. If I want to work with you, I'm going to make the decision to not charge you. If you want to work with me, this is what you're going to pay.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, oh, you're just pressing a button. Okay. Press the button.
Right.
Yeah.
Have somebody else press the button. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go buy the camera. Oh, so the $5,000 camera I'm walking in with, and the $3,200 lens, and the editing skills, and the 20 years of doing this.
Yeah.
Like, no, none of that. I'm gonna negotiate my rate.
press
Yeah.
a button.
I'm only paying you. To
I'm
press
only
your button.
pressing a button.
Yeah.
That's the part that cracks me up.
That's like where we're at. We're so
Dom, write me a
superficial.
diet. You could write a diet. It'd take you 5 minutes. Why would I pay you that kind of money?
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably just copy and paste it anyway.
Exactly. Copy and paste a diet and send it my way.
Right. We're very superficial in wanting things now. This generation, this era.
Yeah.
I want it now. I can help you too, because I'm gonna tag you in the post.
No, clout
Yeah.
or exposure.
Yeah.
Exposure.
We're
That's
gonna
a good
help.
one.
No, we're gonna help expose or get more exposure.
We'll work together. Yeah.
No, it's good exposure. It's little things like that where it's just you don't have common sense in what you're thinking.
I had a guy do that to me one time.
Tell you?
He wanted free coaching for exposure.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, unless you're like
And I was like, listen, bro, I value myself, so that ain't happening.
unless like an A-list celebrity reaches out and okay, that's the kind of life-changing exposure.
That's
Yeah.
different exposure.
Different.
Yeah.
Like when what was it, 2017, The Rock was in town, and
He did all those pictures and stuff.
It was at Birmingham, right?
yeah. So
My homie was there.
yeah. Oh, I had this quick story on that one. So we get a phone call at the office. Yeah, this is Dwayne Johnson's security. We were interested in training at the Powerhouse in Birmingham. Just wanted to make sure that we could have a back entrance, yada, yada. That's his MO. He wants to be able to come in and leave without any type of issue. We just need to make sure that nobody posts anything about this because we don't want to obviously draw attention to it. Because as crazy it is, people will flock if they know that certain celebrities are in a certain spot. Sure, no problem. We'll have someone from corporate meet you guys there. We'll make sure everything's okay. Meet him there. Super nice guy. Goes, starts working out. We had well, I don't know if he still works there, but at the time we had a cleaner there who didn't speak a lick of English. He was Russian, and he didn't know who the fuck The Rock was. He just thought he was some big dude. So he's walking around the gym just vacuuming, and he's doing I want to say he was doing incline press. Had the 130s with him, and he's guy just straight up right by his feet just vacuuming. Has no clue that this is like one of the world's biggest movie stars. So like I see this happening, and you see Dwayne go, like he just kind of gives his security guy a nod, and I was working out with them because they're former Israeli Secret Service. Yeah, because
That'd be dope. That's who The Rock needs to protect them, of course. Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting when you get to that level of fame. So
Right.
I see him kind of wave his guy over, so I immediately walk over, and I have Google Translate up, and I have it says, "You get to go on a break for an hour." Go on a break. And I literally took the vacuum from him. He looks at me and just gives me another head nod. But like the level of fame that I wouldn't be able to deal with that. Doesn't matter how much money you're giving me or how much recognition I get. They had to do a sweep of the locker room so he could go take a piss.
That's crazy.
And then when that happened after
crazy fans?
Yeah, well, I mean, how much money do you think I could get for a picture of The Rock's Johnson?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yes.
But yeah,
That's-
they first do a sweep to make sure there's no cameras. Which I mean, why the fuck would we put cameras in the bathroom?
Locker
But
room, right.
at the end of the day, you've seen it with Planet Fitness employees sneaking them in their tanning beds. So after they do the
That
sweep,
was a jab and a half. I've never even heard of that, but that's fucked, dude.
Google it.
I don't want to. I believe it, dude. I believe it.
So they do the sweep and then they stand with their backs to him while he does his business.
Oh, right there.
And then
Walk him out.
No one's walking
Right,
in.
right.
Dude, how can you live like that?
But that was everything.
Well, now he's got that private gym. He's
always had that.
Oh, that's a requirement if he's on the movie.
I was gonna say they bring that bitch with them.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
So he gets a
In paradise.
Yeah.
Isn't that what he calls it?
Yeah, it's a semi that it literally travels with him.
Wait, that's on wheels?
Well,
It's
no.
not on
They
wheels,
they
the
pack
setup.
it.
Yeah.
And then they'll set up the
It's always
gym
in the
at the movie
tent.
set.
Yeah, that tent is collapsible type shit.
Yeah, it's just a circus tent.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll
Jesus.
set up the gym for him, kind of like the Pistons having, or if the Red Wings have to switch for whatever, a concert, they throw something down and they just build the new thing, and then when the movie's over, they just rip it down and ship it to wherever he's going next. But like, so as he's wrapping up, I walk over to him, I'm like, hey, can I get a photo? And he looks at me and goes, respectfully, no. He goes, not that I don't want to take a picture with you. He goes, I don't need people to know that I'm even here.
Isn't that when he was doing shit with the Ford?
Yeah, so he was in town for a F-150 commercial or something like that. But yeah, he touched down, drove right to the gym.
I'm not gonna say who, but my homie got a Snapchat of him and sent it to me.
Yeah,
surprisingly, he's lucky he didn't get his fucking wrist broken.
No, that's the funny thing is it's common practice for people to be sitting on their phones in the gym, and he was training at like 8 o'clock, so it wasn't. Birmingham's not a crazy busy gym, especially at 8 o'clock. So we're sitting there, and you see this kid pick up his phone and literally just watch the security guy walk over and go, "So what are you doing?"
Immediately.
Yeah, He goes, "I'd really appreciate it if you didn't do that." And he just smiled at him.
The kid probably shit his fucking pants.
Oh yeah, and because they're big dudes too. I mean, if you're gonna be the Rock's bodyguard, you're a specimen.
He can probably handpick who he wants. Israeli Secret Service.
It's just dead ass.
I believe it.
So we're sitting there training, and it's just anytime you would see someone grab their phone, they would just kind of like mosey over just to make sure that
See what they were doing.
They weren't busting out the camera. But as he's leaving, because we have two entrances for Birmingham, there's one off of
one through the garage.
Yeah, so we took him through the garage, and he's like, "Yeah, I like this." And I looked at him, I'm like, "We will close any of our gyms that you want to work out in. You just give us enough of a heads up." Which I don't know if we would actually do that. I would close my gym to let him train privately in a second.
Fuck yeah.
In a second.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even think twice. You want to shoot a movie? You want to shoot a scene? I don't care. You want to shoot an IG reel in my gym? I'll close, kick everybody out. I won't even go in there. Like, that's the type of, and then, so the crazy thing is, so we have him in town, and I'm thinking like, okay, we gotta get him some shit. So I go to our screen printer, get a bunch of stuff made, specifically on Under Armour apparel, just in case he has a contract that says he can't wear anything that's not Under Armour.
Yeah.
So I have Big Will write a hand letter, sign it. We really appreciate everything you do for the fitness industry, which is a fact. The amount of attention that he draws into this industry, which when he starts back up again with the expos and whatnot, because I think he's doing Athleticon this year, but I don't know if they've finalized it or not. But wrote him this nice letter. Said, we drop everything off at the hotel he was staying at. He was at the Townsend. Nothing. We don't get a call. Nothing. So we're at our international convention in Vegas. I wake up that morning. He posted a picture wearing one of Big Steve's shirts.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was just like, I knew for a fact that letter and that little gesture.
When that happened, I was working at Powerhouse Troy.
Yeah.
And they sent me it and were like, repost this on our page now.
Oh yeah, no, I spent there's a technology out there using artificial intelligence to blow up photos. Like, it basically adds quality to pictures. I spent a bunch of money having it so I can blow that up and print it.
Yeah.
Oh, like so that it doesn't lose quality.
I haven't done that. I haven't printed it for some fucking reason, but I did that.
Yeah.
I have
That's crazy.
intentions.
I remember exactly when that happened.
Oh yeah. It was literally the
It
wildest
was
shit.
like a yellow shirt, wasn't it? Or something like that?
It was red.
Red?
Yeah,
Okay.
he had his hand out. It was a ripped callus or something, and
Yep,
it had some
yeah,
real philosophical post behind it, and it was just like.
And he was wearing a Powerhouse shirt.
That's
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
dope.
So I have two people that I wanted to put in a Powerhouse. I wanted to get The Rock in Powerhouse, and I want to get Eminem in Powerhouse.
Good luck with that one. Does
Well,
he even lift? Right.
He'd probably wear it just because it says Detroit on it.
That's fair.
But no, so Bad Meets Evil, which is a group he's in, Royce to 5'9" is actually a good buddy of mine.
Nice.
I'm going to be helping him with video content for his album rollout in like 3 weeks.
Nice.
So that's going to be fun. But they are best friends.
Right.
Whether or not I'll be able to make it happen is a different story.
Just got to do the same type of shit.
Yeah.
Just here you go.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day he wears it.
Yeah.
And
That's honestly all I'm hoping
Picture
for.
taken it.
Because at the end of the day, like, he wears just random shit. He's not
Right.
one of those like, oh, I've got to be in Bottega or Balenciaga
yeah.
or
He
something
normally
like that.
pays tribute to a lot of people with his little shirts and stuff. Yeah. But
So-
no, that's the way to do it though. Not like really asking anything. Just here you go.
Oh, you want to know what the value on the Instagram post was? I mean, if we had to pay him to
right.
do that,
Oh God. Right.
$500,000. Because Kim K charges $1 million if you want an ad on her page. $1 million fucking dollars.
Well, she also has 350 million followers.
And
She is 10 million less than the fucking amount of people that live in the States.
right, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
But
how much interaction does she get? Right.
that's the thing that's what I
With
was
Kim K.
going back to what I was saying is knowing your engagement,
Right.
knowing your statistics. Clearly, if people are paying it, she's backed those numbers up. Because I could look at it and go, yeah, half of them are probably fake. But even still, it's 150 million.
Right.
Or whatever the number was.
100 million per post is like Super Bowl ad. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You're getting into that type of territory. That's fucking crazy.
And the crazy thing too is, you're never even guaranteed to see anything from it. Because like
Right.
a good post, say for instance, I post something and I want my follower, if I'm selling something or whatever, you're gonna get 1% engagement, and then of that 1% might buy. Or you get 5% engagement, and of that 5%, 1% might buy. That's what, statistically speaking, industry averages for those types of things. So you have to be able to quantify, is that 5%, 1% going to be enough to make it worth that money?
Paying that money, yeah.
And it's like, for most brands, probably not. But at the end of the day, you don't know how deep the pockets are, or who owns what.
Well, what's 1% of 300 million?
3 million.
3 million. So you get 3 million people paying $20. It's at 60 million.
Exactly,
Yeah, there
but
you go.
it's
that's
just-
$1 million post.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just math at that
Right,
point.
right.
But there are also some people where they'll get 5% engagement or retention from that post, to where it's a home run.
Yeah.
Well, that's what like Julian Smith was doing. He would charge like $5 for his monthly thing, but $5 and 10,000 people buy into it because he had like 1 million followers at the time. That's real money.
Yeah.
That's real money every month, and
life-changing
it's
kind of
only
money.
$5 to the person.
Craziest thing I've seen is I saw a running coach who charges $1 a month for his Patreon, but he has 30,000 subscribers.
Right there, you go.
And the thing about it is, you probably subscribe and forget that you subscribed and not
'Cause
notice
it's 99
that
cents.
dollar's gone.
Yep.
Because how often do you actually go and audit your credit card bill?
Right.
Maybe
Mo-
once a year.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm lucky.
If that.
Yeah. And the only reason is if it most likely is because it's higher than, like, way higher than
Yeah,
normal.
normal.
and you
Yeah, yeah.
forget.
What caught my eye?
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the move nowadays. Is that's why you see all these people creating TikToks and Instagrams to drive traffic, because if I can get you to spend that dollar on a reoccurring basis,
Subscriptions are the key, dude.
Yeah.
like
100%.
have you ever heard of Joe Donnelly Fitness? Yeah. He's a person. He has a website. Okay, his website, he literally posts his written workouts. Charges $9 a month. There's like 30,000 people paying him. And when I shit you not, it's literally black background, white text.
Just
That's it. These are
That's
my workout.
crazy.
This is the delt workout for the week, or the arm workout
Yeah.
for the week. And he just posts them once a week.
And people pay $9 a month.
$250,000 a month in revenue.
right.
The fuck am I doing?
Real money.
No,
though.
I jokingly said it to you a while back, but I was serious when I said it. You have to figure out how to get gifted performance in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Meta
yeah, we
is
did
doing a
talk about that.
humongous push for fitness.
Mm.
There's no reason that you don't create the Gifted Performance Institute in the metaverse, because, well, it's the metaverse. You make up the own fucking rules. Like, you can decide that it's an institute. And then from there, you have educational content that you've made,
Yeah.
that you sell.
Pay to get in type of thing.
You have a subscription. Oh, it's all you can eat for $9.99 a month. And it's articles or you talking,
Yeah.
whatever you ended up doing with it. But, like, that's what I'm seeing as a new viable income for a lot of people. If you're a personal trainer, yeah, you can affect, say you can do 12 sessions a day. So in a perfect week, you can do 60 sessions. Most people don't want to work 60 hours a week. Okay, so how do you help more people? That's where
Yeah.
the website.
I mean, that's why I left personal training.
Yeah,
Right.
because you can have 500 clients, or I mean, that might be too much, but you can have 100 clients at that point where you're working on a day-to-day basis, where you're not one-on-one in person,
Yeah.
but you're affecting their 24 hours. Because a lot of people don't look at it as a 24-hour thing. Like if you're hiring a personal trainer, you're also going to look to them for advice on nutrition, obviously. You eat multiple times a day. So the fact that trainers don't try to focus on how they can help the other 23 hours and sell that to people.
That's where they fall short.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I can work with you once a week or once every other, day or whatever the situation is for an hour. Or I could work with you 24 hours a day because I'm setting up this, or, this is the workout you're doing, or I want you to get this number of steps, or I'm affecting this space, or we're going to stop shopping at this grocery store, or you're going to stop buying, just little things where, you can make that change for someone.
And charge for it.
And charge a lot for it.
Like that, when I personal trained, that was the difference. It was like you just got a training session, or you got a training session and all that. And then they were just two different price points.
Yeah.
That way I had two things to offer when we sat down after their free session.
Yeah, no, the business side of training, people are too short-sighted with it. They think because registered dietitians like to tell people like, oh, you can't do meal plans, you can't do,
which is
in the state of Michigan. In the state of Michigan, you don't even have to be a certified nutritionist.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to be a personal trainer.
No, yeah.
They got rid of that.
The thing that RDs like to say is like, you are not legally allowed to give somebody a meal plan. But in law, it's you are not allowed to give somebody a meal plan in treatment of a disease.
Yep.
If I'm telling you eat this because I'm going to cure your diabetes, if I vocally say that to you, that's illegal.
Okay.
Because I'm not licensed by the state to give you medical advice.
So then what about when you were
But if I
helping
say
me through my shit?
here's a diet that's going to help your blood sugar.
Right.
That's how you
Different.
verse that.
Right, yeah.
And that's why you have a disclaimer at the bottom of everything you do.
It's all jargon, yeah.
Just understand.
Because I remember it was like 2014, Rick Snyder was governor, and he revoked that. He said registered dietitians were creating a monopoly on that. That they were taking advantage of that law to the point that very qualified individuals were told they couldn't do something, but they had way past the qualification required to do that. So he got rid of that. And every state's like that now.
Yeah,
Not the worst
for the most
idea.
part.
Yeah, for the most part, every state is like that. Like, as long as it's not in treatment of a disease, vocally speaking,
Right.
you're in the clear. That's why when people say that to me, I'm like, you're wrong. You just don't understand.
Yeah, but the one argument I've heard is that, well, obesity is a disease now. I think technically.
Oh, it is technically a disease.
Wow.
So you can't. I'm not gonna treat.
I ain't
your
gonna call
obesity.
somebody obese, but
Right. You know what's fucked is you guys just outed me because I would always say, I'm sorry, dude, I can't give you a diet. That's against my scope of practice. I'm just a personal trainer. I can just tell you how to do a lunge properly, bro. So 10 more, like you said earlier. I would just tell that to people that I did not want to deal with that shit. I did not want them texting me
100%.
24
no,
hours.
but saying it's outside of your scope of practice is not saying you can't do it.
I know,
It's
but
just
to them, when they hear that, they're like, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
you got out of what
yeah.
you wanted to get out of.
Exactly.
Most people have never heard the phrase scope of practice, so
Yeah.
when
When
they hear
you
it, they're
use
like,
it, you're
God
like,
damn,
God,
what?
Yes, exactly.
That's professional.
Yes, like Google, what the fuck? No, but I mean, that's pretty much what personal training is anyway. You're selling yourself on this jargon you learn, like supinate your hands or pronate your hands. And these people are like, holy shit, this guy fucking knows it, bro. This guy is the one.
That's always funny to me because like I have trainers that'll talk to me, and when they talk about training, they always like to be Mr. like scientific. They have to use technical terms for the muscles and shit like that. It's like
Somebody was telling me that.
not impressing me.
Somebody was telling me the other day, they're like, do you want me to do it a supinated way? I said, yes, you can do it underhand. Like, you don't need to talk to me on
I
that
think
level.
I did something to you of that sort, and I said the wrong thing, and you laughed so fucking hard at me. I was like, all right, I'm done ever trying to do
like
that. Ever
proteinated
again.
grip? No, it's overhand.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
you'll be okay.
You'll be all right.
Well, the reason why I stopped doing it is because like I used to tell people like when doing shoulder shrugs, like you should always do it overhand and then underhand. And I used to say like, oh, you do a supinated grip, because most people when they're going to do shrugs on a barbell, they're just going to grab it overhand. So do a supinated grip. It's going to give you a different contraction in your trap. And they looked at me like, how do I do that? Like they thought that was the deadlift grip.
Right. Oh, staggered grip shrugs kill me. They murder me, dude. I don't know who the fuck started that shit, but they need to be shot in the mouth.
So, all right.
Cut that one for me.
So, it's funny you say that. When I was younger, before I actually got into lifting, it was one of my best lifts was shoulder shrugs. I would always do the staggered grip.
Okay, yeah.
To the point where I went from fat to like in relatively decent shape, and now my
One side was
shoulders
fucking-
are completely developed wrong.
So when you do staggered grip, you're just used to one way.
Yeah.
You're
Right,
not used to flipping it.
Because no one flips it.
Yeah.
When I deadlifted, I would try to, because it's weird for me because I played hockey. So this is literally my hockey stick.
Yeah.
How I hold the stick. So to grab like this is very fucking weird. Like that's just left-handed to me on a hockey stick, and I'm not used to that. So I would try to force myself to do that, but I'd always obviously favor one.
Yeah, 100%.
You know.
No, it's just funny. Yeah.
Or how about this one? the rotating of the shoulder shrug? That one, I don't even, when people do that, I look away. I don't want to see nothing happen. Like an AC separation or something, because they're just rotating under weight like that. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's probably better. Their shoulders are probably healthier than mine, but still, it's scary.
It's good you have the mobility, but you probably shouldn't do that under load.
300 pounds on the Smith.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, my God.
When I see people shrugging in the Smith machine, like if you're going to shrug in the Smith machine, do it one-armed, grab onto the Smith machine, and do a full contraction. Like, don't throw 5 plates in a Smith machine, take half the effort out of it because it's on a fucking Smith machine. Do it the right way, throw 1 plate on each side, and do 1 arm at a time.
I do Smith machine shrugs.
You do?
Yeah. I love them, but I do them...
You're probably doing them correctly.
In a sense, yeah, I would hope. But like, I like it because you have me leaning forward.
I always tell people lean forward.
That's different.
Yeah. 100%.
Most people, when they're in a Smith machine, they're using, they've got the bar on their thighs, and they're literally just pulling the bar on their thighs.
People don't realize your trap goes all the way down
Right,
here.
yeah. So
that's why you have
helps.
to go back.
Yep. I like the Smith though because it keeps me on that straight line because I have separated my shoulder. Yeah. So I separated my right shoulder, so sometimes it does go up higher or lower in some aspects. So a Smith keeps me
level.
Yeah, I try to use it as a tool, not as a crutch, right?
No, but there's nothing wrong. Obviously, nothing wrong with using the Smith machine, but it's when people throw 6 plates on it, or like, oh, you did 5 plates, decline on a Smith
machine. They'll
machine.
tell me they deadlifted 3 plates on the Smith machine.
I love when people say 315 on the hammer strength, like chest press, as if the handle is 45. So they like, I did 315. I'm like, sure. 3 plates is fucking impressive. Just say that, dude. Like,
well, the thing is like, it's like on an angle. So like you're really like, oh, you press like
a fixed angle.
Yeah,
you can press
angle.
it however you want. That bitch is moving.
Yeah,
you know,
but it's not true weight.
Right.
And that's the thing that always Oh yeah, no, 5 plates.
There's some.
How clean were the reps?
Dude, I've seen one recently that is I've had to stop myself from taking a video. You know the high ISO row?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So somebody stands to the side of it, which I get. I like that. But he puts chains on the grip part. So
he makes it lighter?
Exactly, dude. I don't know if I think he might think that helps him on the negative or something, but it's
pulling it down for
I
him.
know, dude. It kills me. I have to look away so I don't laugh and fuck up my set. It's unreal, and he gets in it, and he's one of those outfitted dudes with the headband and everything. So like gung ho, like good for you. But man, I just one time want to ask, like, what does that do?
You're gonna see him with the reverse bands.
Yes, dude. Yes,
He's
from the
gonna bend.
fucking ceiling. From the ceiling. And it's like I just want to know. You know, I'm curious, sir.
What muscle is this working?
Ask in the locker room.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But
Right.
Yo, I'll try to get a picture or a video of it next time because just so you can see it to believe it. It's fascinating.
I mean, there's some pretty wild shit out there.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there is.
No, you see funny things in the gym, obviously. Like the other day when I told you about that one individual
Yeah.
dropped a White Claw in my gym.
Yeah, you got it on camera.
Bro, I was going to the.
Sends me a video and he goes, "There's a White Claw on the floor."
So I called him out straight up, and I was, bro, I'm going to the beach afterwards. It's like, okay, so you threw it in your gym bag because that was what you had with you. Like, okay, makes sense. It was clothes, whatever. But it's just the shit that you see, the shit that I have on cameras. I have guys that think they look like John, that look like, I don't know, like
Me?
No, they look
Fat
more
ass.
like a retired volleyball player. But they're hitting like the victory pose in the studio after hours with the shirt off, and it's just like, oh, at least it's after hours. Like I don't have to
Right.
deal with this, and there's only like 2 or 3 people in the gym. But like the number of people that see themselves for something that doesn't exist is just. And by the way, you with this bullshit, like you're fat, like fuck off.
Well,
Respectfully.
Yeah, thank you. The fuck, what were you just saying? Shirt off in the gym.
The little
after
skinny
hours.
kids.
I just want to look into their mirror one day. I just want to look into their mirror one time and be like, man, you're right. I do look some type of way, right? Like, how that's crazy to me because, like, to me, that's that satisfaction that, like, separates some of those greats. Like Joey. Joey will never see himself how we see him.
No.
And you can tell because the motherfucker does not stop. You know what I mean? Like, it's that drive to always be better. So when he looks in the mirror, he's not satisfied. I just want to look once and be like, damn.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
I
Just
did
for
it.
24 hours.
I did it.
Just for 24 fucking hours. Like, let me take my shirt off in the middle of the gym and hit a victory pose when I'm a retired volleyball player. Look, I don't know, dude. To me, I want to know.
Aren't you envious of that?
Yeah, in a way. I want to know curious, like, in a curious manner, what that feels like to look at, like, mentally. What kind of relief. You know what I mean? Like, when I think of relief of that nature, I think of, like, when a brain freeze stops. And you know what I mean? When you slip on a Slurpee and that fucking brain freeze happens, but then that warming effect, when it goes away, that,
it's not permanent.
that relief, dude, I feel like that's the relief I would see or
In the
feel.
mirror?
I would get that warmth and just be like, oh, yes, dude. But every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, you piece of shit. You got to do more here, buddy. Oh, man, that's fucking funny, though.
No.
People watching at a gym is A1. A1. I got videos on my phone of people falling down the stairs because the Powerhouse that I worked at was 2 levels.
Oh,
the
yeah.
locker rooms were in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a
That's-
fucked up idea.
Yeah.
But, dude, I got stories about that fucking gym, dude. It was haunted as shit, too. It was haunted. There was one time, no shit. I don't even really believe in afterlife and shit, but I believe in ghosts because of this. And another reason, but I went into the ladies' locker room. I'm doing my same sweep every night. I go in, I do the same thing. I close all the lockers, go in, turn the saunas off, wipe down the
Counters.
Thank you. And turn the lights off and walk out. I go in the women's locker room, do the same thing. Shut all the lockers, go in, make sure there's toilet paper, flush the toilets, wipe everything down, turn off the sauna. I come back into the fucking locker room. Every single locker is open. Wide open.
you shit your
I would have noped the fuck out of that situation.
I
I
would've
couldn't move
quit.
for a second. I was like, oh shit. And on video, with all the lights still on at 4 a.m. when the morning guy came the next day, you could see me sprint the fuck out of that gym. I didn't take the trash out. I texted the morning guy too. I'm like, yo, this bitch is haunted. Like, just to let you know, like, cause he was training to be a cop. I was like, carry tomorrow because a ghost might attack you in the female locker room. Like, that shit was, dude, I'm sorry for going on that little rant.
Oh,
but
no,
that gym was gnarly.
The number of Justin Bieber haircuts, standing in a circle in
The
Wyebacks.
Sarm goblins.
Sarm squad.
Dude, didn't Mark call them that?
Sarm goblins.
Dude, that is amazing.
They literally all congregate and stand in all the walkways at gyms, and it's just like, good lord, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I don't know if you heard. I almost got into it with somebody at West Bloomfield, and like I'm embarrassed that it, I got to this level, but I was just in one. This motherfucker just like airy, like after his workout would stand up and get right in front of me in the mirror, and like because they have that 2-tiered, and like I should have moved, I could have not said something, but I'm like, are you fucking doing this on purpose? Like,
Probably
yeah,
was.
that's what I'm saying. But like, but also he could have just been such a space cadet that he didn't know at all. You know what I mean? And like,
That's how you felt bad.
yeah. That's why I feel like a loser for speaking up. But to me, it was like when somebody cuts you off, you honk at them and they flick you off.
Yeah.
That's what just happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you're cutting me off.
I was
And he's
using
like,
that mirror.
Fuck you, buddy. Like, yeah. But no, I don't know, man. The traffic that comes into gyms now is so different.
Well, okay, so I have a theory on this,
Oh,
and
I
I'd
love
love to
this.
get your guys' opinion on this one. So for the last 5 or 6 years, Planet Fitness has offered free memberships for high school kids.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, all you got your parent has to have a membership. Yours is free, nothing extra.
That's crazy.
Well, where did they learn gym etiquette? Planet Fitness.
Okay.
They now have enough money to go to a gym that they
They're
can that their
graduating.
parents aren't at.
Yeah.
So you have these kids that are graduating, if you want to call it that, where I've always worked out at Planet Fitness, so gym etiquette is don't lift
nothing.
yeah.
heavy. So,
Damn.
so then you have all these individuals that obviously they want to start lifting heavier because the dumbbells at Planet go to 60, I think. So now you're seeing them all go to LA's Powerhouses, Crunches.
That's what I mean by graduating. They're graduating to a bigger gym.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we're seeing it on the negative side of things because, well,
They have no etiquette.
they have no etiquette.
None.
Because at the end of the day, you know what you see at a Planet Fitness. It's a fucking wild,
Dude, I've
wild
gotten
west.
kicked out of Planet Fitnesses for hitting a pose in a fucking long sleeve. They asked me to leave. And one time I went in with a Cookie Monster shirt on, and they asked me to leave at the door. Yeah, it was at the Kalamazoo one. I was
You
out there
fat
visiting.
shaming?
They told me my muscle tone and definition would intimidate their members. And I said, where the fuck is a real gym then? I went in to pay the daily. I was
Yeah.
wearing sweatpants and everything. They're like, nope. They put a kibosh to that. Nope,
Okay.
get the fuck out of here.
No.
But that was when Planet like first started, and they were really
Yeah,
no bodybuilders, no jugs. Like have you ever heard of Lunk Alarm?
What?
The Lunk
Oh,
Alarm.
I've never heard it.
Oh
like,
my!
Go off.
It's a siren. It was louder than that.
Yeah.
It's a siren in the
Catches,
gym.
you
I've
hear it-
never been inside of a Planet
Yeah,
Fitness.
me neither. You hear it over your headphones. I've seen videos. It's literally a blaring sound.
Yeah, it's a fire alarm.
Because somebody dropped something?
For whatever reason they choose. It's a no judgment zone unless you work there, which is
They
the
judge the
fucking
fuck out of
craziest shit in the world. Because like if you go to your gym, you're not gonna judge somebody just for coming in a fucking cutoff, right? They do some douchey shit, then sure you're a human, you might
Yeah.
judge them. But like you don't have to sound in the sirens. Like look at this motherfucker posing in the. No, dude, that shit is wild.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen people try to take
Yeah.
them out? That shit's funny. But
Like
yeah.
the YouTube videos
Yeah.
of kids going in and trying to make it happen?
There's a video of Brian Shaw going to a Planet Fitness and getting kicked out. Just seeing him push purple machines was just funny enough.
Hilarious. Is he tipping the machines?
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no. So Planet Fitness is the bane of my existence. If you aren't aware,
I know.
So when I opened my gym,
No
one
way.
of the reasons why I opened it in Milford was there was an Anytime Fitness in town, in the only complex that had available real estate. Okay, well, Anytime requires you do a non-compete with your landlord, so that way they can't put another gym in to protect you. So the only way that I could have a Planet Fitness move into town is if they do a ground-up build, which you're not going to do because that would not make sense in a 6,000-person town. Come to find out, property that Anytime Fitness was in was for sale.
And somebody bought it.
He bought it. Brian Reef bought it, who owns all the Planet Fitnesses in town, or in Michigan. Gave her 30-day notice and kicked her out the building. Put a Planet Fitness in town. Cost me $9,000 a month in members.
Yeah.
Damn.
Month one. They were just like, I only walk on treadmills, so I'm going to save $20 a month. And I was just like, okay, well, what am I going to do?
What are you supposed to
They
do?
killed Dearborn too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dearborn Powerhouse. They killed him, put him down, and then Dearborn reopened in the mall.
Yeah.
But where we were right next to, or not next to, but it was on Telegraph, and then Michigan Avenue wasn't even a mile away, and then they opened one right on Michigan Avenue and murdered.
Yeah,
and LA Fitness too.
Yeah.
LA took a huge hit from Dearborn, and then Dearborn had to switch to Planet Fitness pricing to keep up with LA.
They switched to East Border.
Yeah, and then once that Planet came in, Al dipped.
Yeah, no.
In a greasy fucking way, though.
Trust me, I dealt with it.
Oh, I know. I'm sure, dude. I'm sure everybody had to at some level. He fucked my friend over because my friend was the manager, selling memberships on the last fucking day. $99 for a year. They had a charity bench press competition.
Oh, yeah, no.
Charity bench press competition. People were coming in from like Grosse Pointe and stuff. This gym is dope. It's an old school vibe.
Signing
you can
up.
use chalk. $99 for the year. Here's $100. Next day they showed up. There were chains on the fucking door. My buddy was getting death threats because he was the manager selling. He didn't know. At the end of the day, Al came in and was like, "We're done. I'm sorry. You can try to get unemployment. Have a good time." Sold it. See ya.
Man,
That's
Yeah.
why RTB has had such a problem trying to get members because people are like, nope. I know somebody, he worked with me at the Dearborn Powerhouse. He goes to Oakwood. He will not have anything to do with Powerhouse because of the way the Big Mike or Al treated him. They were
Yeah.
fucking grimy.
Yeah,
And
no.
I learned how not to do business from them. The 10,000 ways how not to make a light bulb. I learned 10,000 ways how not to do business from them.
damn.
It was the best
I
education
did
I
not
ever
know
had.
that happened.
Yeah, no, it was a painful week at the office.
Week. I can't imagine how long it lasted.
The emails were probably 3 months of nasty emails and then phone calls regularly.
Well,
But that's not your guys' problem.
But they were calling.
People are
and-
naive. They think Powerhouse is Powerhouse,
Yeah.
so they just call corporate. Oh, you
Yeah.
need to give me
They
my
were a
fucking money
franchise
back.
owner,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And they did some good shit too. Like one, he gave all.
All the police officers.
Yeah, the
memberships.
sheriffs,
Yeah.
Wayne County sheriffs, free membership, so that if they brought their like wives or children, they got a discount too. But their wives and children would be on a reoccurring membership.
Yeah.
So he got a lot of people that way. That was cool. I was a part of that. That we like were in the paper and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was 21 years old, like looking so dumb, running. I was the GM of this Powerhouse at 21. It was fucking ridiculous. But then he bought Fitness USA's members.
Yep.
That was insane, dude.
Yeah.
That was insane. We had everybody from Fitness USA calling every day. The homie that I'm talking about that got fucked over, he was the manager at the time because I went back to school, and he was the manager at the time, and I didn't get to necessarily meet or talk to him for the first 2 months because he was always on the phone. Whenever I was there working out, he was always on the phone. And then when I got in at 7, I'd be like, you got to call the manager tomorrow because I can't do nothing.
Yeah. Fitness USA sold a lifetime membership at one point.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Yes.
And there's a dude. Oh my God! If he still came to the gym, I would have him on here in a second because he was the craziest man I've ever met in my life. His name was Sid, and he wrote a book on how to live off of $5 a month. He wrote a book on it. He puts his refrigerator outside in the winter. He doesn't turn on a light. There's no light bulb in the refrigerator. Like all these little ways to save on money. The craziest man I've ever met. Craziest man I've ever met. But that he was a lifetime member because it was a social thing for him.
Oh, yeah.
It was and join Powerhouse. You still have that lifetime membership. And then like 2 years after.
Wow, really?
2 years after, they were like, nope, you gotta renew now. We were thinking about it. Nope, we canceled that. They were, man, 10,000 ways on how not to do business. I could write a book on it.
Yeah, the idea of doing a lifetime membership at a gym,
horrible.
unless it's like 10 grand.
Yeah.
No,
10 grand
Right.
paid in full.
Right.
in full, yeah.
And it wasn't even close to that. It was like $200 or something.
I want to say it
bragged
was
about it.
Yeah, I want to say it was 250. But
Yeah.
it was something ridiculous because like at one point gyms were like $50 a year.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why health insurance is $1,000 a month because you want a $9.99 membership at a gym.
Mm-hmm.
If people, I think honestly, there's a like a happy medium where if gym memberships were tax deduction or a tax write-off, everybody would go to the gym. They probably wouldn't go necessarily enough to benefit
But
them,
they would
but they would
pay
at
for
least
it.
have
Yeah.
the activity in their life. I honestly thought when they were doing the whole like Affordable Care Act shit, like make gyms something that are paid for by the government. Let us sign off on something that says they're doing their activity, and then that benefits them. You want to see the healthcare industry change.
Yeah,
you got to start at the grassroots level.
Yeah, so we're about to sign a contract with a big automotive company to do their corporate wellness program. Gifted is, and that was our pitch: was we will lower your premium on insurance if your employees do this program with us. Get their health better, so that when you go to sign up premiums next year, or you get a new employee, the health insurance you as a company is paying is going to go down because your employees are now healthier. And that was kind of what the idea of the conversation we had with them was.
Yeah. The corporate wellness side of things is a huge push lately.
Yeah. Well, because that's what I was going to say is it sounds crazy to think of like, okay, make the government pay for a gym membership. But if you look at like healthcare costs, I think it's like 45% of healthcare costs are on like stuff that would change if people weren't obese, like diabetes and health problems caused by morbid
like just
obesity and stuff like that. So I know Chris Crusher, he's a nutritionist, dietitian kind of guy. That's his big thing. He's like, if you think we're in bad news right now with healthcare, he goes, in 20 years, it's supposed to be the number one like reason why we're in debt as a country, because we're going to be paying so much in Medicaid and Medicare. And it's because we are so fucking unhealthy. So you think it's crazy to hear government pay for a gym membership, but when you think of it like that, it could help like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, drastically. Because it's as simple as just people needing to be more active.
Like this company might pay for the employees,
right,
and then the employees have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah,
and it's just like because these corporate places, they offer a lot of like those kind of things. Like, oh, you get a discount at this company, you get a discount at this because you work here.
Right.
But they might pay for the employees to do it on the notion of that ROI is like really good.
Less sick days taken.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah. No, it's it's an interesting approach that a lot of companies are doing, especially now with people going remote. You're seeing a lot of companies dump offices. Well, if I don't have a rent payment anymore, I can use that, invest back in the business, or invest back in my employees, and probably have a better return on investment just from that.
But unfortunately, some fucks are just saving for themselves.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, there's obviously, to go back to the gym side of things. Like my gym, we charge an enhancement fee. Which
that was the best time. That random ass $35 fee that they snuck in. That somebody took Mike to the Supreme Court of Michigan, and he won that bitch.
Yep.
He won it. He won it fair and square.
Who
I
won?
remember Mike or Powerhouse to put in the
Powerhouse one.
I think it was Big Mike. Honestly,
Yeah,
I think it was like a personal thing. Because I know the dude. He still came to the gym. He's like, yeah, I tried.
I lost $35.
Swear to God.
So, every month it gets billed 60 days after you join.
Right.
Okay, cool. So
60 or 90?
At my gym, 60.
Okay.
So every month people get billed for an enhancement fee. Obviously, I'm not going to buy something. I can't buy brand new equipment every month. It just doesn't fucking make sense. But, you throw a little thing here, a little thing there. It makes a huge difference.
I know a guy that used to pocket the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I had a gripe at West Bloomfield, given I was fucking juiced to the fucking gills. But, like, they had all their hand dryers were broke. And they're a paper-free thing. I was like, can we get a roll of fucking paper towel in the locker room? Because people are now not washing their fucking hands. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I got one lung, motherfucker. Like, I need these people washing their hands. If I see you not wash your hands, I'm like, hey, we ain't doing this shit again, bro. Just wash your fucking hands. That shit pisses me off.
I know some people who own gyms that look at that enhancement fee as their profit margin for the year.
Ooh. That's not a good way to run a business.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so say you have 1,000 members and you charge $30, so it's $30,000 a year. You should spend some money on something.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I could spend.
You buy
I
a
could
couple
throw-
pieces of equipment. You can buy,
and you
can-
still put 15 in your pocket.
Yeah, like no,
Right.
you're gonna make money from it. But I'm
Right.
saying using the entire thing to make
No,
money.
I got you.
That's
Yeah.
dirty.
That's
no,
dirty.
You gotta do something, and that's like people bitched when West Bloomfield opened is because we had an enhancement fee. Well, it's for when we have to enhance it because you have to understand if you're gonna refresh an equipment at a gym that's 60,000 square feet, that's a big bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And at the end of the
upholstery, any of that shit.
oh yeah,
dude.
people don't
Yeah,
people
they
don't
don't-
take
you
into
got- they
consideration.
They
the little
redid
things.
all the upholstery on the 8-station trainers.
Yeah.
That's fucking expensive.
It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy expensive.
No, I just had my gym done. The
Yeah.
6 pieces that I had redone, it cost me $550.
Yeah, people don't realize.
Six
I think
pieces
people,
out of however many you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I don't think people realize how expensive gym equipment is.
No, they
Oh,
have
no,
no
no.
fucking clue.
Like a leg press is like $6,000.
Yeah.
and then it gets beat the fuck up on.
Yeah, because Jackass is like the slam.
That's where I hate to say it, but Planet has that good business model of not letting any noise happen to their machines. So they're literally paying an overhead on fucking treadmills and treadmill resurfacing because those hammer strength machines are brand new 7 years later. You know, they run
And they then make them have to they make them refresh it every 7 years too, or every 10
Oh,
five,
do they?
5 or 10 years. Yeah, no, as a Planet Fitness franchisee, you have to upgrade your cardio every 5 and I think your strength every 10.
which
And
isn't bad. when
Planet
you're sitting
Fitness
back
Planet Fitness adds 10% because you have to buy it from Planet Fitness. That's why it looks
because
the
it's
way
all
it looks.
purple.
So they add 10% to it to kick back to corporate. The majority
But
of
they
the money
get that free marketing because they all run the same deals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that.
oh no, you pay into that. So
Right.
if
With the
you're-
franchise fee, right?
Yeah, so you've got a 5% revenue share and a 2% advertising fee.
Okay.
Where like at Powerhouse, it's just fixed flat.
Yeah.
I pay $1,000 a month. That's it. So if I make $1 million or if I make $10 million, it doesn't change.
Right.
Where at Planet Fitness, you know your
Oh,
revenue is
is
it's a
5%
percentage.
revenue.
Got you.
so, and that doesn't. It's not 5% profit. It's 5% revenue.
Okay.
So
That's how your
you can
gross
lose.
sales-
Right,
You
right.
can lose $100,000, and you're still giving us 7%. They don't give a shit.
They're fat cats over there, bro. They're just sitting back.
Well, yeah. I mean, so especially with gas prices as high as they are, why are you going to drive to cancel your $9.99 membership?
Right. Yeah, because you have to go in to cancel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then who do they market to? People
People
that,
that are
don't go into the
fucking
gym.
lazy anyways.
Yes, people that don't go into the gym.
Like,
it is
oh.
a beautiful business model.
Oh, yeah.
If,
Well,
if
it
you
really
want to be
is.
a greaser, that's where the people they should have gotten.
So they also make you buy the property, so that way
You own the
you're
real estate, too.
You own the real estate.
Oh wow.
Everything, dude.
Right.
So, like for instance, now you're paying your self rent, and then obviously, you know, if you're in a strip, you might have revenue from the other business as well. So they don't even give a shit if the gym makes money,
Because they have real estate.
because eventually,
LA
5
is-
years
LA
later,
Fitness is that too.
Yeah.
Their biggest holdings are in real estate.
yeah, 'Cause
They own
same with
all
Lifetime.
the little like vitamin shop in front of the LA Fitness. They own that. They own the fucking mattress firm in front of the fitness. Like they own it all. They own all the real estate.
Yep.
They own the businesses.
Yeah, and they have contracts with those companies, so that way when they build those buildings, they know for a fact that they're going to go right there. They don't have a choice.
Yeah. I remember like the two owners of LA Fitness or something came in, and I had a gripe about something, and I fucking talked to them about it. But it was like, how do they get so much more money or commission than me when I did all this shit? And like I get it, you sold it, but you sold me, you know. And they're like, and I'm like, I know I'm talking to a fucking wall right now. They don't care. They just walked out. Probably forgot the whole conversation as soon as they walked out. But I remember I'm like, I have to say something because it's like 70-30 their way. And it's because they sell it and have the fucking facility. But it's like at the end of the day, that facility ain't shit. That 7 Mile location that they just put up isn't doing shit because they don't have good trainers.
Yep.
They don't have it's literally a basketball court. It's literally a basketball court. The basketball court is fucking packed every night. And like that's what makes it look like there's people there. And then there's probably 10 people on the machines.
Yeah, no, I mean the one in Royal Oak is the most robbed business. Their parking lot. People from Detroit will drive in, pop your window, grab what they can grab, hop
ya.
right back on the expressway. 30 seconds later.
I can't imagine that Allen Parks is any better because
Yeah, it was-
Southfield and 94 right there.
It was something like 900 police reports last year.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's crazy though. That's breathtaking.
Well, so lately,
That's a high average.
that's 3 a day.
Yes.
So lately, what's been happening is they've been targeting Chargers because apparently
They're really easy to hotwire and steal.
Yeah, the most stolen car in Dearborn. I live in
Most
Dearborn.
stolen car in
the
America.
the
America.
Dearborn fucking page is literally like all stolen Chargers.
Yeah.
So what they're doing now, because people have gotten smart, is you throw your like an air tag or
Right,
like a
a
tracker
tracker.
in it. So what they do is they dump the car and then come back 3 days later and grab it. They'll pop the plates off of it and just throw it on some random side street. Because, well,
If it doesn't get
if it's got a
reported,
tracker,
it'll get picked up.
it'll get picked up immediately. So they'll steal it and then dump it, and then obviously if it's still there, they then go pick it back up. But yeah, no, it's just been interesting to see. Like I think I can't remember which gym it was, but we had like 22 popped in one day. Because Chargers.
They're
Right,
really
right.
easy to steal. Ryan
Crazy.
Zaris was telling us,
Yeah.
he's a cop
Yeah.
at Farmington, and he was telling us like it's something about the car. It's just really easy to get in and to start without keys.
Yeah, so they
It's fucking 2022, dude.
they popped the little back window, unlocked the back door, climb in, and then they just start it and go. We've seen video of it happen
Yes.
under 40 seconds.
Yes. That's like the Ring cameras will pick up people stealing a Charger. That's how fast it is, because the Ring camera only records for so long once it's notified, and that's how fast people are taking them.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, no, the we're entering a very interesting chapter in this world.
Oh yeah,
Without getting into any of those subjects,
right.
it's a very, very interesting time in America.
Fuck, we could. I would love to.
Hey,
No, I know you're down. Let's fucking.
Man.
It's a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
No, of course
but
not.
no, like you see,
It's another 2 hours though if we start talking that shit.
no, I'm not. We're not gonna.
No, I know.
Not dive too deep into that one. But no, you see how things are happening. We have foreign governments that can decide, oh, we're shutting that city down, and then we're going to see a spike here in America where, okay, we got supply chain issues. We were told by our Jack Daniels rep at the bar that soon there's going to be a bottle shortage on glass, like a glass shortage, period, for liquor bottles. It's, to me, is the wildest thing to think of because it's fucking sand.
Yeah.
But Jack Daniels warned us, so we had to buy, because you can't. It looks bad if you're pouring plastic into bottles
Yeah.
and serving it, and then it just, you can't serve liquor in plastic. It just doesn't look right. So we bought a pallet of it
Yeah.
to get ahead of the
shortage.
bottle shortage. But
So I should go buy like glass containers off Alibaba right now.
Yeah, they have lead in them too.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Ship from China glass.
Yeah.
Probably won't work out all that well. But no, same thing. There's a mustard shortage coming. I was told that tampons are going to be in short.
Yeah, that's a big
I
one
heard
right
that
now.
one.
So I text my employees. I was like, hey, go next door, buy like 10 boxes, so that way
You're good.
You guys are good at the
Yeah.
gym. But it's like the little things that you
Yeah.
really
Oh
weird.
yeah. Oh yeah. We
and then when the leader of the country looks at the camera and goes, Americans are going to have to deal with this
or buy a
to-
Tesla.
to punish.
Yeah, buy
punish.
a Tesla.
Hey,
Buy a $60,000 car.
And then get the battery installed in your house, or try to find one
Hey.
local. Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and when I went to go test drive the Tesla, she's like, "Oh, well, we're 20 weeks out on orders," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I have to get a car next week, so
Right.
this isn't gonna work."
Yeah.
So I ended up in another Ford, but no, I was considering a Tesla,
Yeah.
just because charging is cheaper, and depending on where you work, there might be
There might be a charge station.
free charging.
Yeah.
So okay, imagine not having to pay for gas every month.
We fucking dope.
That'd be great. My
And they're
cars
spacious.
are two E93. I'm paying $7 a gallon.
Holy shit.
But if you figure, okay, looking at it, so gas is like $120 a week for me. So call it $480 a month. Okay. If my car payment goes from $500 to $900, but I'm not spending the money on gas, in theory, I'm still spending
Yeah,
the same money.
and you get a tax write-off.
Yeah.
You get a tax credit for having an electric vehicle.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. There's certain things that it makes sense if you can afford and jump into that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, when I saw you
But-
pull up, I was just like, okay, Dom.
I just bought another toy.
I know.
That's what he said.
I'm surprised it's not the other one.
It's in the shop.
Yeah, I know.
Tints.
Yeah.
Huh?
Tints or wheels?
Engine at this one, and then I'm taking it to get wrapped.
Oh, who's doing the wrap?
My uncle owns a shop, and he's got a guy that will do it for me for costs. Because I went and got quoted at some places, and I was like, Jesus Christ, I might as well have painted the fucking thing.
So Adam, who owns Eclipse,
Adam's gonna do my PPF.
okay,
Yeah.
So that's what he does, and he's shown me some of the cars that he's had the privilege
Yeah.
of doing. It's just like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I had called him and I told him, I was like, I'm doing a matte wrap on the car, and I was like, can you matte PPF? And he's like, yeah, I'll just use the matte thing. But he doesn't do color. He only does that.
The clear
coat. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've watched the whole process. It's super cool.
Yeah,
I don't know that if I owned a vehicle that would warrant that, be a different story. I lease all my
Yeah.
shit, so it's one of those things where
Right.
like, why would I spend $2,000 to
Even like doing it, like just the front end of it is usually good. Like I bet Adam does a lot of just front ends.
Yeah, that's
where
what he
it's-
was telling
It's
me.
just front end, so like when you're driving down the highway, rocks aren't killing your car.
Yeah.
Cause it's crazy. Like, dude, you can like take like a fucking screwdriver and it won't scratch shit.
Oh, no shit.
Oh yeah, it's like super high end 3M film.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
that's
thick
dope.
as fuck.
That's sick.
So I mean, you literally
It's a
have to
bitch to
take
clean,
like
though.
a super
Oh, really?
sharp knife to cut it.
Yeah, like a really sharp, or even has to be hot and sharp.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
scalpel
cool.
type sharp. Like
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that makes sense then why you're putting it on the vehicle you are.
Yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't want anything fucking that up either. I wouldn't want anything fucking that up either.
Car seat fit in the back.
This one, that's why I have this one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his fucking
That's my dad car.
Oh, so when I made that
Yeah.
joke, I wasn't even.
No, you weren't wrong at all.
That's my dad mobile.
Yeah, that's your minivan.
That's funny.
Dude, my grandpa used
Because
to
the
whip
car I
that
bought doesn't
minivan.
have a second row.
We'll talk after.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious now.
definitely.
No, the vehicle, like so before this, and then before I jumped into Ford, I drove over to BMW because all right, let's upgrade a little bit. Sit down, get in an M3, like okay, this is too small. Get in an M5, like all right, perfect. Sit down, start talking prices.
It's crazy.
Fuck. And he looks, he's like, I'm not gonna give you a discount, right? He goes, there's a chip shortage, right? I'm gonna sell this thing for 10% above invoice. And I was like, well, fuck all that.
Yeah.
He looks at me, he goes, but when things calm down, come back and see me. Obviously, not gonna necessarily do that right away, but it was just funny because he calls me up that next Monday. He's like, yeah, someone paid $77 for the car. And I'm like, what? They paid $10,000 over invoice for a car? God bless them.
Right.
It's just like,
That market's dying though.
oh yeah, no,
The used car sale bubble
finally
is
coming
really
back
coming
down.
down now.
that whole industry is about to die.
Yeah.
So Ford and I want to say GM are looking at going direct to consumer. So what you're going to start seeing is all sorts of car dealerships go out of business.
Carvana fucked it up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if you, Tom Holzer Ford isn't Tom Holzer Ford anymore.
Yeah.
He got the second that Ford made that announcement, they sold the fucking business.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
'Cause-
because dealerships are going to be very
Few and far between.
yeah, minuscule now. Dude, I just bought a car from Alabama online.
Right.
Like
And it's going to probably get driven to your door.
it was driven to my front door 12 hours later.
Yeah.
That's better than Amazon.
For real.
12 dude,
You don't
they
even
drove
pay
from
Prime.
Alabama. 12 hours.
Right.
Did you throw it on a bed or did they drive the actual car?
They drove the actual car.
Okay.
But like still like dude, it's meaning it was fucking stupid. I picked up the phone. I was like, yep. Negotiated a little bit. All right, cool. Let's do it.
See.
So that we're actually like a car dealership converts to a gym beautifully. You have the parking
Yeah,
obviously
yep.
because of vehicles.
And they're flat, open, white box almost, pretty much.
yeah. Oh, your shop. There's an extra 5,000
Yeah.
square feet with giant doors. Okay, that's a cool situation.
That's a cool
to be
bay
in.
door situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm looking at it as like you're gonna see all sorts of car dealerships go under. You're gonna see a bunch of gyms go into them, and I'm excited for it.
That will be cool.
Yeah.
So that's just a random thought. Yeah, no, it's interesting because like these car dealerships are the car brands are seeing what Tesla's doing. All I got to do is have a showroom at a mall,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and it's
That's
not
it.
even to sell it.
Car to order, get shipped to your
Just
house.
go on the website, simplify the process.
Tesla
and-
doesn't even fucking advertise. And
No.
they're still number one.
They don't have to.
Right.
Yeah.
The fucking news covers Elon.
Yeah,
doing,
that's
a
oh,
fact,
Elon
too.
Musk sneezed today.
Yeah.
It didn't say bless you. It's like, what? Why is this news?
Well,
Oh,
I
so-
mean, look at when he hit the joint.
Oh,
Fucking crashed shit. Crashed it. And then it went right back up, but people were scared of him smoking a joint. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine having that much influence in the world.
Imagine having that much power.
He moves markets.
He moves.
He moves
He's getting
markets.
sued right now for Dogecoin
Yeah, which is hilarious.
because they think something of it.
Overheat.
Well, people think that he drove the price up and then
Ponzi'd it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then pulled out after it peaked.
Which, if they're really concerned about that, they should look into their fucking government and how their government does it every day.
Fractional banking system.
Nancy fucking Pelosi makes $250,000 a year, is worth $100 million. Okay, makes sense.
So
Yeah, we'll end on the conspiracy notion for sure
So,
before we get going on that shit.
oh, I could talk for hours.
I
on
know,
conspiracy.
dude. I know.
Fucking,
They would be
so here's the funny thing. I think this is the first time we've actually had a conversation.
Yeah. Normally you're working, so I just say what up.
But it would just be so. We DM all the time, literally just memes to each other. That was how we basically started talking, and literally have never had an in-person conversation until today. But I just thought it was funny. Anytime I see a funny meme, it's like, I gotta send this to Clark.
Yeah, because they are fucking wild, and I have a dark sense of humor. It's the
you have
best.
to.
You have to laugh at shit you're not supposed to. That's how you cope with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Laugh now, cry later.
Exactly. No, the thing about it, like comedy, like it always kills me when it's like, oh, that's super offensive. It's like, no, it's not.
Right.
Why are you offended for something that doesn't affect you?
yeah,
That's literally the worst type of human being on the planet, is someone that's offended for someone else.
I could talk all fucking day about that because that's what I see all day.
well, we need the camera to work
I
for
know,
that. So.
I know. We have to do this again though. This is
Yeah,
fucking
for
awesome.
sure.
Anytime you want.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure finally sitting down and having this conversation.
Might have to cut a couple things.
Whatever
let
you
us
want.
know. Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Let us
My,
know.
my rant on that one thing. Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll cut it.
Well, thank you for coming today.
You'll never hear that rant.